Weekly update for Friday, December 28th. And if I sound a little lower pitched than I usually am, it's because I got sick Christmas Eve, was sick all Christmas Day, and am struggling not to be sick on Boxing Day when I'm recording this. We'll see how successful I am. Anyway, I wanted to acknowledge some Christmas gifts in the mail. First of all, from Michael R. of Easton, Pennsylvania. Cerebus coasters. Hey, now there's something that we might try a Kickstarter on in 2019. I'll hold them up here for you one at a time. Cerebus in the Wuffa 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 issue. Cerebus relieving himself. The baby throwing panel. And Cerebus the Prime Minister putting on his wig. So evidently this was an offer that they had through it's a service called Shutterfly. Shutterfly.com, who's been doing developing for Michael R. And they had this offer for 4 coasters. So I assume that these are not obscenely expensive to make, and we'll definitely be looking into that. Michael tells me he got 2 sets done, one set for the Cerebus archive and one set for himself. So I'm going to be signing these on the back, number 1 out of 2, and sending them back to Michael and leaving up to him whether he wants to send me the other ones to be signed for me, or if he wants to hang on to the number 1s. Thank you again, Michael R. And if that wasn't enough, he also sent along a Christmas card, a Cerebus Charlie Brown shirt Christmas card, which you may remember from the 5-foot cutout, which is what we're looking at, that was in the indie feature movie 2 Against Nature, which we're still waiting to hear from. Anyway, it says on the back, "Hey Dave, you think you could persecute Cerebus by putting me in hell with Dante and Virgil? Well, this my car has put me in a much worse place than hell. Pennsylvania." No, that's Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania. A little play on Pennsylvania there. With no ale or raw potatoes, only images of Henrot Gutch. Gah! Merry frickin' Christmas from Cerebus. So that looks like that might be a candidate for our Christmas card in 2019. I will invite your feedback on that. And gift from David Birdsong, and thank you, David. Superman's pal Jimmy Olsen, number 101, and it says on the cover, "Daddy, this bad man scare me. But Kal-El, I'm Jimmy Olsen. I'll be your pal when you grow up to be Superman. I've come from the future to save your world." And Jor-El in the background saying, "Put my son down or crypto will bite you." Read, "Can Jimmy change history? Olsen's time trip to save Krypton." Goofy is the cover? Goofier. They really knew how to do it back in the day. I just went page to page. The part where Jimmy takes all of Superman's books from his Fortress of Solitude so that he can learn everything he needs to know about Krypton in a week to pass for a Kryptonian. Anyway, I used to read this stuff. This is 1967. I would have been 11 then, and going, Olsen's time trip to save Krypton. That's pretty good. He also sent along Chic Young's Blondie, number 100 from 1957. I don't know if this was David's point, but all of the stories have really modern day applications here in 2018, about to become 2019. The first story is about Blondie and Dagwood's daughter Cookie, which you can see in the middle there, who is tired of being a girl. She wants to be a boy instead and play football and do fun things that boys do. The second story was about Blondie pushing Dagwood around too much, telling him what to do and being way too bossy. And the third story was about Dagwood and Herb Woodley, his neighbor, both of them being used as dress forms for their wives, so that their wives could adjust their dresses and pull stuff in and let stuff out, modeling them on their husbands. The fourth one, we won't even get into that. That involves the neighbor lady coming over and sleeping with Blondie while Dagwood's on a business trip. I don't even want to get into that. But very far-sighted for 1957. So thank you, David Birdsong, for those. And I really have to blow my nose now. So I'm going to cut this short and wish all of you a Happy New Year, 2019, coming up in a few days. And we will exit with Sean Robinson's last Wednesday of the month theme, and hope that holds true for January 2nd, if it hasn't already held true for December 19th. Has Canadian Vark come out yet? These are things that I don't know unless somebody tells me. So I hope we'll see a bunch of you next week for the January 4th weekly update.